Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Oh my god. Golden Kamuy hitting the spots that you just don't want hit. No. Um, I honestly don't know who is the bright mind behind Golden Kamuy, but when you take away all of the fan service and you don't have our boys or our men all naked and whatnot, the show has a way to just showcase so much pain and suffering for certain characters that you kind of forget that it's even possible, right? Like, you kind of forget that these characters that are so hardcore, that are so ridiculously strong, could probably have gone through something really traumatic or even something so groundbreaking in their mind that they have nothing really to live for and they want to just continue to destroy and absolutely, uh, be somewhere else. But to think that anybody was as hurt as the guy who's roaming around with the immortal right now, the same immortal who is going against the plans, or at least going against one of the people that he has been truly brought into, uh, and seeing the backstory from 9 years ago. 9 years, man. Whew. That is crazy to me. No, I mean, wait, was it? Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. The 9 years comes from when they go back to the time he was actually ended up fighting his dad and doing the things that he did because of what the village was saying and stuff like that. But after a while, he already had gone into their ranks and stuff like that. Hence why the commander came here and wanted to actually give him a proposition where he could actually just um, not go to the death sentence, but he could fight in the war instead of just dying there. And then, not to mention everything that we're supposedly hearing at first in the like. That's the best part about Golden Kamuy, man. Everything they be telling you from start to finish, it's just a setup, right? Like, it's a perfectly set up, executed scheme at the end of the day by whoever. And that's the part that's scary. It's the whoever part, because you never know who is actually step by step making you do exactly what they want you to do, or at least fight for something that they think you should be fighting for, when in actual reality they lied directly to your face and you might have been, you know, better not I guess not better off dying, because at this point he has a chance to become like the richest man in this whole entire place, or at least, the second richest, if he's really going to give it to his leader, or if he's going to split it with any of these people he's with right now. He will still be ridiculously rich, right? And that comes from pretty much his patience and all the time he just had to go through a war, learn Russian, lose the love of his life, take his own father's life, and now he might be fighting against his own commander if he doesn't believe in anything he starts spouting, right? And then that would then lead him to be more on the immortal side, like we're seeing right now. But at the same time, he doesn't really care about him. He does not really expect anything. If anything, I think he's playing a two-laned game, because if he wants the information about the tattoos, which seemingly he does, he just got a code. Like, there's no way they just gave the immortal the guy and then he wrote down and sketched out the tattoo. Like, that was the part that kind of frustrated me, just to the point of, like, this is important to learn this guy's backstory, but it was also a lot more important to know who and how this group deciphered the code on this guy, Did the guy's code get messed up because of the Wolverine bite, right? Like it was ripping at the back of his neck bone. So it might have took some ink with him or a chunk of his skin. No, guess not. But that and then the fact of the matter of there's two coexisting sides on this one team, and if you're telling me both of them got that information, what's stopping them from having all the information that the Immortal has and pretty much just, being done with him? Like, oh, we already have all the tattoos that the Immortal knows about and copied. Now we just add ours and then we get the ones that are left or we are done. So that's a kind of scary thing about this show is they're really, really being coy about some things and not showcasing it the way I would expect them to, the way that they have been more than less all the time. But to be fair, I think there was some kind of exchange or some kind of thing that already happened where they've gotten a lot of the tattoos because of the guy that was on their team prior who's roaming around with a girl now. I think he had all the information, not to mention the sneaky guy who can get out of anything had a lot of the information as well. So all the sides are going pretty strong when it comes down to knowledge about the tattoos. So it's going to be an interesting end game at the rest of this, but I honestly don't know how Golden Kamuy would end. I can understand it should be a giant fight for whatever's left, but if everything is coming down the way that it is, it's going to be a giant fight to actually get a hold of the final piece, which is the girl who supposedly has to solve things that the father may have left in the way. And if you don't know how to solve these things, you will never get the gold, even if you know where the location is what they're trying to say. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you watch this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. So with that, peace.